Hello there, and welcome to yet another Hollywood Live game stream on Facebook. This is... Hello there. Sorry about that. Hello there, and welcome to another Hollywood Live game stream on Facebook. This is Silver. This is obviously not just broadcast on the web. You don't broadcast things on the web, they just kind of happen. It's like fungus growth. These kind of are there when you look, but with no obvious root cause. Lots of fungus have roots, but that's not important because this is Silver. It's a video game. It's the video game I'm going to be playing, and it's a video game I've played before. Contrary to traditional Hollywood metal behaviour, Silver is a game that I've played. Specifically, I played about 10-15 years ago. 19 something. It's a pre-fucking... oh, what's it called? Sorry, the music's really fucking annoying because it keeps, like, the way it builds up and drops off is quite intentionally disturbing. I always name my save something dumb. But yeah, what it is basically is one of those classic games that's been released on Steam with, like, better resolution and so on. And as you can see, it still looks like genuine horror. It's kind of amazing. There's an invisible chest there, but I'm not meant to know that yet. And it's one of those games that hasn't aged well at all, and nobody really wants it back very much, which is something of a shame, I always thought. Sorry, I love the voice acting in this game. Very fucking melodramatic.
There's only one way to find out if that's true. If a wicked old man like me can get through,
yeah, it's like I've completed an opening section of the game just so that we don't just leap into this about halfway through.
I hope you're right.
But I've always quite enjoyed this. You can just stay here and fight these idiots if that's what you want to do with your life. Oh no, hang on. Oh, hang on, there was a button for this, I think. Nope, I'm gonna get over there. Oh no, sorry, you meant to hold down Control, rather, to fight. I forgot that for a moment, so I just got my ass kicked. Yeah, it's one of those art styles that hasn't held together at all fucking well, because it's fucking... because it's like very basically, Apple. Just got a carrot there for later. Going here. A little bit. It's one of those art styles that really hasn't fucking continued because it is just graphical limitations. It is just kind of chunky and a bit ugly. And in many ways, that's kind of what I like about it, just to make sure that controls work. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing because I remember it being like blowing my fucking mind at the time that it does this. But you basically choose a sword swing.
Too quiet.
You basically choose which sword swing you want to do by holding control and moving the mouse. So moving it up is a lunge, to the left is a left swipe, to the
now it's
right,
noises that
down is like to turn around and do
just
fucking...
a couple of larks. Nothing to worry about.
Do a bit of a pirouette. And it blew my fucking mind that, like, here is a game...
So I'm no authority on the call of that particular breed.
Because they didn't have, like, hack and slash stuff in the way that we do now. And this was like the first game to really get into the whole, oh, you do the thing to swing your sword individually, like, and there's different swipes and shit. Like,
come on.
It's kind of a new idea.
I don't think that would be wise. We'd be slashed to pieces.
You would do well to listen to the old man.
Oh, his voice is beautiful.
Only a coward would hide behind his men.
Yeah, it's like it's a story-based RPG.
Me a coward when my men surround him.
Please, we're not here to
based around people with fucking delicious voice, like very creamy voices. A selection of
introduction. He is eager and hot-headed.
Like very like overacted.
Fuge has taken my wife on his.
It was pretty much the
and I intend to find her.
Like the fucking
or without your help.
Amateur theatre of videos, and they're still very much fucking like this. So like this, I think, was doing quite well for its fucking time. To be honest.
And we'll help you all we can.
But
everyone just does help you because you're great.
The galleon, What can we do?
Like,
You'll discover that
the main plot, I think, is that an evil guy has stolen your wife. Because he stole all the women all at once. He's like, I want every woman. So he stole all the women. And now you care about one of them. So you decided to go and kill him? Which is a very simple fucking...
farmers and traders, humble
simple fucking motivation as things go.
sisters have been ripped away. Fight has forced us together and compelled us to fight. You're welcome here. Feel free to look around.
Yeah, this is pretty much just a little island full of people who've also had their wives nicked. Is that a woman? Is that a human woman? It's hard to tell, what with all the
You
pixels.
implied that you might know how to find the ship?
You waste a little time. That's good. There's a cave that leads to the great library at No.
It's quite a basic little thing, but I remember,
Show you where the galleon is.
and this might be 12-year-old bullshit, where, like...
No. We'll stand for our next attack.
Alright, so you have no... Okay, cool.
Did Fuge take your wife?
Camille. We were due to be
How's he
married.
got a purple background?
stole her
No
from
one else
me.
gets a purple background. What the fuck?
No matter what.
That's his hair as well. I assume that was a hood.
I
Under his little window picture he's got, that's his hair. You...
Impressive. But how good's your aim against moving targets?
She gonna say anything? Oh, I thought she'd missed that, to be honest.
That answer your question?
Actually, yeah, she gets a green background. Yeah, no, I remember just really enjoying this, and this is basically me, good old Fat Bob. Like, it's quite a basic fucking little thing. I'm really playing.
Is Haven really?
Part of the reason A that I'm streaming a bit later than I usually would be that I'm playing something
Wait!
a little bit
My
basic
father
than I've
can
played
hear you.
before.
He can't answer. When Fuge came from my mother, he had my father's tongue ripped out. A warning to others who
Good
protect
with
us so
incredible
badly.
skill at
I'm
cunnilingus.
sorry.
Don't be. He's just biding his time till he can settle the score. I better get back. I haven't finished training.
Training. Yeah. I forget what that guy just asked me to do.
I suggest we heed Clay's strong gestures and avoid that route.
Fair enough. I don't have any spears or anything, do I? Right. Yeah, it is quite a basic little thing. But the reason the reason I was on so late is because it's election night, and as is traditional, we because I come from quite a poor part of the country, and so on election night like this, it is traditional to kind of sit around and wonder about whether you're whether the landed gentry are going to allow you to survive another, or whether you will be hunted for sport, which is not looking great this show. What?
I'm not putting one foot back in there, not unless I can see if it's likely to get bitten off.
Don't worry. I doubt any beast would be depraved enough to eat your feet.
Nevertheless,
Hey, Ruth.
it wouldn't be wise to enter, not until we see what lives in there.
So I need a torch, I guess. It's very basic, as I remember anyway. Quite basic.
Where is everyone?
Who knows? Hiding in some bushes, waiting to leap out on the next poor unsuspecting soul that passes.
Oh, torch. I can go into that cave. It is very basic, adventure games kind of stuff, but it's not adventure games kind of stuff in that you combine an octopus, and a little bottle, fucking breastplate to get a golden buckle. It's like adventure game stuff in you combine a thing that looks like it really should be the thing that you're combining with another thing that I don't know. Where am I? There it is, torch. It tends to be quite sensible. Oh, it's just a guy with a horn.
Bet you didn't guess it was me. One time, I even made a man faint. He was big too.
Why, you little...
Better run.
Yeah, as I say, quite
And
adventure
don't worry,
gamey.
I know you were scared.
That... Oh!
I do like. Oh, this is the same guy, by the way. and he disappears after you save, so you can only save the one time each time, so you have to keep making progress quite at a fucking significant clip, which gives the whole game a decent pace to it, because they know that they can't keep you in one area for too long, because once you've saved, that's it. So you have to be able to keep moving at all times, which, like, I think that's probably one of the smartest, like, things that this game does, is that it doesn't, like, I probably won't ever go back there. I might, like, at some other point, but I don't think that I will.
This is the Great Library of No. Do you know much about this place?
No.
The library was once a school that taught the magical arts.
Like, it does a lot of things quite smartly.
Magic, the school has been closed.
And,
Something seems wrong.
it's a bit of a shame, honestly, that they... Oh, there's little goblin men now. Because I've only been fighting humans up till this point.
Or rather, what were they?
They appeared to be some type of
But it's, I don't know, it was something that I played a lot as when I was a bit younger.
But they're
And
small, insignificant against our swords.
And if there are
I do like how that thing is just...
I'll destroy them all.
There's no real sense to how high those seagulls are off the ground. It's just they kind of float over the entire map all at once. It doesn't matter. He's way higher now. I'm gonna have to sneak my way in, I suspect.
I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't force the door open.
Step aside. Let me try.
I just am buffer than my granddad. Which,
Fortunately for you,
probably true.
I must have stressed the lock when I forced the door myself.
Yes, grandfather.
Ugh, your granddad dies soon, I believe. Which, like... was like the biggest thing in the world when I was a kid. I did not see it coming, and yet, playing it back... Yeah, of course he dies, because you can't let him fucking live, can you? You can't have someone just better than your character going around all the time. Fucking, like... Oops, yep. Alright, better arm myself before we get any further with this. Oh, you idiots. Oh no, hang on. There we go. Correct button. Oh, they're really weak. You just bash them around. There's something of a lock-on mechanism, but it's not amazing. It just kind of does it randomly, and you've got no real way to control it. So if you want to aim at someone else, you just kind of have to click where you want, where they are, and your character will just turn around and do a very basic. Yeah.
I quite forgot myself.
Action.
How rude I must seem. Thank you for helping me with those.
All the voices in this, by the way, are at this very high level of quality. It is deeply fantastic.
Well, the Duke led us to believe that there is a telescope within the library.
Just doing a lot of whining now.
Help us locate it. We would be very grateful.
Yes, of course. There is a telescope in the observatory that's right at the top of the library. Oh, but
what?
Tyronas the Diabolist is there. I'm sure he'd help, but he can be quite uncivil. And unfortunately now isn't a good time. I'm afraid he's unwittingly opened a portal to another dimension.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to kill him.
Imps you so efficiently disposed of to enter ours. He must close it before we're completely overrun.
If necessary, we could help close
Let's go up there and stab our way
As
through all the
long as we
imps.
locate Jennifer and the ship first.
Please, just be careful.
Alright. So up there. Yeah, it's a very, like, pretty straightforward, so you can't go through there, we need there, can't go through there, so that's where we go. Like, it's not a fucking Resident Evil
I'll try to be of some use
labyrinth
and
house. Great. Yeah, it's not like a fucking Resident Evil labyrinth house. It is it's quite a basic kind of an RPG system, but it was, you have to keep in mind, like, the first RPG I think I ever played. Yeah. Yep. So, I was enthralled by this the first time I went through it, and it's not like it's one of those things that really suffers from having come out when it did, because it did a lot. It was quite inventive and really cool when it came out, but it doesn't get to have that effect now because like all its great ideas were great ideas, so they got repeated and they got like taken and like done to death by other franchises and stuff like that. So you end up with a situation you end up with it feeling a bit like dull. There we go. It's a save boy.
Tell me of your...
You end up with, there's quite a lot of saving because it, like, obviously, because you can't, because you can only save the once. It gives you a save every time you might want to have a save, so you don't end up like repeating huge swaths of the fucking game. And I think there's something it does later where I think as you go through it, the saves become less like populous as a way to increase the difficulty, because that's really like the smartest way that this game could increase the difficulty, is just to make the fights like, and I really do think that kind of works to its detriment by the end, just because like you're not really like, it's not very good at the whole like keeping you like making the losses feel reasonable, like, because it's made an attempt to be skill based, I think, which is how they would justify it, but it's quite clumsy still because it's a very early kind of thing. So you end up with the problem of just going upstairs, so I'll know next. He just threw a... Yeah, he's throwing stuff at that guy. Can I get that idiot? Just up there. There's naught I can do. Come over here and wind this guy up. I imagine there'll be some kind of tutorial in it. Oh, I can pick that up. I'll have a catapult. Not like this. That knob.
Your skills leave a lot to be desired.
Einstein.
A book you should read. Bullseye, your catapult, your friend.
I defeated your playmates, didn't I?
You insult me! Those illiterate barbarians had nothing to do with me! What's that done to you? You placed me on a par with those idiots!
Sorry, my grandson is young and proud. You wounded his ego.
But grandfather,
Yes, I can see that. But judging by his performance, his ego could do with a trim. Now run along! You've wasted quite enough of my valuable reading time! You're not very bright, are you? In words of two syllables...
I believe you keep bothering this guy.
So, vamos!
Sorry, Mum? No, I'm not. I didn't know. Keeping bothering him. Reward, but apparently not. I don't know what the deal with that guy is. Alright. Alright. I'll probably need the fucking catapult in, just in case. Alright. What? He's dropped some, so I'll need that, naturally. I do like the backgrounds, like they... Good for me. Yep. Oh, okay. I wish I knew how to open chests in this, but I do not. Oh. Right, bit of red, bit of gold. Very, like, basic fare. I love his face, by the way. Look at that. Oop, I've gone all fuzzy. I love his fucking face. Like, when he's, like... You don't get to see it often because, like, it's a genuinely quite a top-down thing. But when he, like, looks... Look at his fucking tortured, like... I don't think any of the other characters have a face that looks like... Like, they've clearly tried to put a load of detail in there and it's just not working for him. He looks like a fucking... He looks like a monster. He looks terrible. And everyone else gets, like, these very broad kind of shapes. Like the Grandad's face there. It's like he just gets, like...
has a gift for aggravating the red ones.
Like a vague fucking... old man kind of shape going on. And this guy he's got so much fucking intensity. He looks... fucking... deeply... It makes me happy. It does. Oh, these idiots. Okay. I was gonna... Oh, I see what I'm meant to do here. You do kind of just go about and get better equipment. It's kind of how the game. Yeah, you do just go through and you get better equipment and so shit. So you start off like this, basically. Like in a lot of RPGs, we start off with useless garbage, and then it got fucking Iron Leaf God Killer. I don't know. I had to come up with a cool sword name in 0.4 seconds. Iron Leaf God Killer is bad, I reckon. Oh, is he trying to escape those imp guys? Yep. Should I be herding imps then, or something? That guy. There's no faster way to do that. Like it has some fucking troubles. I'm not gonna. It's not perfect, and nor should it be in many ways. It's just kind of. I don't know, it's kind of good. It's an interesting little relic, frankly. Of it's like a fucking. I realise I have chased after that silver elf instead of the old man. It's a relic of a fucking part of game history that you just don't get anymore because it wasn't great. But like you can see like the roots of a whole bunch of interesting stuff in here, and I just think that I always thought that was really cool. It's just me and you, dummy. I need to dust off. Got this fucker. I always hate the thing in. I hate the thing in like. It's in like early Diablo as well, and I don't know whether this was just the way I don't know whether I was playing it wrong, but it felt like a lot of the time you could miss enemies just because you would because they moved quickly and you couldn't click on them fast enough, and I always felt that was always bothered the hell out of me. Just because like I don't know. Just because, like, what are you meant to do about that? Like, shit's moving about on your screen a lot. Trying to click on a guy to attack him. Miss. Eat again. Get myself some cheese. Oh, there's a bunch of apples. Apple. Talk to the save man. You see what I mean? They're all quite frequent.
Have been many. I will record them in my book, so that you may know them always.
I've literally climbed a flight of stairs since we last met. I'm not sure many adventures is the correct term for that, but I mean, if you wanna save me forever, like, look at the fucking backgrounds and stuff. Like, there's like fancy paintings torn up and shit. It's I don't know.
I'll make it worth your while. I'll take you to my sacred place.
Come on. Oh, what did slaughter them? Anything else? Oh, they're attacking that guy now. Bit rude. Alright. Go on.
Please don't hurt me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with my secret.
He's got such a trustworthy little fucking image as well.
Why would you show us your treasure?
You spared my life. I'm grateful. quickly! Hurry!
Okay.
We'll have to get past those guards.
I think I know how we're gonna do that. Alright. Have a single apple. You do just kind of thrust over and over again because the thrust is the most powerful attack and it's also the only one that sends you forwards. So it's almost always the best thing to do. Like the 2 swipes are good if you're getting surrounded or what have you. It's kind of thrust. And that's generally good advice, I think, for life.
I could
In a
never
very general
let you
sense.
have my treasure. You don't deserve it. It's mine. All mine.
Gonna fight then, you little guy? Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Spoke slightly too soon. It does get, like, you do end up in, like, because of the way, and I'm not sure it's fair to say that it's skill-based, but it feels a lot more skill-based than a lot of things from this era, and as a result, when you do end up having, like, duels with, knights and so on, it feels a lot more interesting than, like, traditional systems like this, which is just very, like, whoever walks into the room with the largest boots and the biggest collection of healing potions gets to win. That's how it works. I just always thought that was a bit, I guess, a bit boring. You're just gonna keep me on the route. Oh, it's a potion. He's gonna turn himself into something nasty. I'm gonna have to kill him. Oh, I thought he just died there for a second. Oh. Yeah, I probably need to get my shield on. Alright. Sec. Yeah, I was wondering where he'd gone to, because he just ran off up there. Oh, is he pretending to be useful by fighting stuff up there while I'm down here fighting this gigantic fuck? Alright, yeah, shield up. Alright. Yeah, control. Oh shit, yeah, I keep, I don't think I've hit him yet. Yeah, I really need to, Yep. Let's fucking have him at this point. Yeah, I think I'm figuring it out. There we go. Seems the idea was just to mash him. Is that it? Is that everything? Alright then. Oh, if that's the way... Okay. That's the way I came from. Should I be going there then? Yeah, there's nothing down there. Oh, it's a mage. Like, there's like so little fucking resolution of what everything is, and yet you still kind of get it. It's some pretty impressive, like, it's just use of colour mostly, because everything has to be quite colourful, because it has to, like, stand out immediately. And I don't know, I like it a lot, because, like, a lot of, like, especially in the fucking era of greys and browns, I think it's quite cool that everything, like, has quite a fucking broad palette, because otherwise you don't have enough detail to know what's going on. Like there's a principle in design about, like, the silhouette of something being the most important thing about it, just because it's like the immediate thing that you get. It's the first thing your eyes can detect is the silhouette, and then you start pulling details out of it. But, like, because they've only really got silhouettes, like, the goblins have to be a totally different silhouette to people. So, and, like, they have to be a different silhouette from above, so it gives, like, a reason for them to be goblins, because they have, like, a big massive nose and everything like that. They have, like, recognizable customizable features. I don't know. I always dug this as like being a very like. It was doing a lot more with the same stuff than a lot of the other games I was playing at the time. Just because
you'll have to be a lot quicker than this.
I'm on my way, nerd. Alright. Just because because it didn't have a lot. It didn't have all this stuff. Like it didn't have a lot of detail. It didn't have a lot of graphical fidelity. And obviously nothing at the time did. But it was like it was just super thoughtful about how it used what it had.
Come on.
I don't know. I dug it.
The chest.
Why? What's in it?
Something very special. I think you'll find it rather inspiring.
Alright. Oh, it's a sword. Oh, it's a wand.
Make good use of it.
What's it?
It's relatively foolproof.
Why? What is it?
It's an ice wand. Fortunately, I've not had to use it myself, but if used correctly, it's very powerful.
I absolutely forgot magic was in this game as well.
Are you coming or not?
Where to?
Back to the entrance hall. Please hurry. I have no patience for time wasters.
You have no patience at all.
Excuse me. I thought you required help, not cosseting.
Hurry, before the teleport closes.
Hang on.
Come on then.
No, I'll leave this magic malarkey to you. I'd feel much better using my own 2 feet.
Oh, okay. So he's probably going to die at some point before we see him next. This is quite a cheap way to separate the two. Yeah, that guy's here. Alright, so he's probably going to kill my grand. And that'll be kind of an introduction of how cool that guy is.
Where's your grandfather?
That would be my
decided to
assumption.
walk. He's wary of anything magical. He doesn't trust anything he doesn't understand.
I suppose it does take a superior intellect to decipher the complexities of magic.
Talking of magic, what seals that door?
Oh yes, that. I had to use one
Nothing,
of my spells
it
to
is
minimize
a bit
the
sparkly.
spreading imp infestation.
Ah, here he is.
We've wasted too much time already. The caves are this way.
I just always took stuff like this. Like, it looks like, fucking Digimon World, which is my favourite game growing up. I had a very kind like, obviously games that had, like, into 3D didn't really have full 3D. They had 3D models working in like a 2D image.
This is the
Like
second
Resident
time
Evil,
he's
like
mentioned
Digimon
the
World, like
past.
this. And I don't know. I always thought that was a really cool fucking...
Now is not the time.
Listen to your grandfather. We should leave before it's too late.
Oh yeah, this is where your dad dies.
Anywhere. You're
I-
charged with
See, I
treason against
remember
the Emperor,
when I was a
and the
kid,
mandatory sentence is death.
being told
Guards,
that
kill them.
like this bit was 'cause I think you can go and just fight him. I think that's a thing that you can absolutely do. I forget, but I seem to remember there being a bit where you fought this guy and you could choose to run away, you could choose to just fight him, and like I think that was a choice that you made. But like you had to be super fucking good at fighting in order to beat him, and I might be wrong there. Like, but I seem to, that's like one of those things, I don't know if any of you have ever been children, but if you ever been a child and someone's told you that their uncle worked for Nintendo, you'll understand the kind of thing I'm talking about, where it's like an unsubstantiated fucking rumour. Yeah, is he gonna magic my granddad to death? Yeah.
Your grandfather was no real challenge. I will take greater time and pleasure in killing you.
I'm just gonna fight him.
Don't let him go, do you? Your grandfather's already dead. If you stay and fight, his death means nothing. For Fuge will kill you too.
Can I choose to, will it give me the option? Yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking do it. Alright lads, this is me. I'm definitely gonna die, and then after I do that,
Prepare to die like a dog.
this will be the end of the stream. This is how the stream ends. Oh, he's broken my shield. Come on, get me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he hits a bit harder than you do. Yeah, that's how the stream ends. Fuck. But the duels tend to be a lot better than like the mob fights, and the game is kind of based around mob fights, which is a shame. But it does mean that when you get to fucking kick a guy's ass in single combat, you feel like you're kicking a guy's ass in single combat. It feels a lot nicer. But that has been the stream. That has been our stream of Silver. Silver, of course, being a classic. It's out now on Steam. It's been out like for about 2 days. I will be playing through it, probably again because it was fucking great when I played it for the first time, and that is about as much as I remember it as well. Like, I remember that you had that choice to go and fuck that dude up, but also he's way better at fighting than you. And, like, your shield breaks, like, immediately. First fucking contact and he had you in. So yeah, that'll be that. That'll be Silver. I hope you enjoyed this stream, but if you didn't, you can print out, there's like a form that you have for, like, feedback where you print it out. I think there's a link to it on the site. It's like a PDF or something, and then you send it to me. And I think my address is encoded, I think, in the first 135th, 722nd to 29th, and 5,722nd to 5,754th digits of pi, and then you take that information, and then there's like a code to work out based on my favourite jam, and then when you take that information, you can figure out where my address is, and you can mail it me, or you could just leave it in the comments to this video, because I'll see both of them either way, and they are both weighed equally. It's as I say, it's up to you. But yeah, that's been Silver. That's been me playing Silver. That's been me playing Silver on HollywoodMetal.com. No, not .co.uk, because we're based in fucking California.com. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I enjoyed it. I can never tell though, which has cursed me, so I'll never know the true content of my emotions. Sorry, it's late. I've been worrying about the fucking terrifying animate fucking straw creature that's that may or may not be ruling my country for the foreseeable future. The foreseeable future, of course, being 4 years. I cannot foresee the events before then. It's like a whole thing with my prestidigitation. I can't predict more than 4 years in the future. Hence the foreseeable future, because I can foresee any event that happens in the next 4 years. Which is where I say good luck Donald, because he's gonna fucking need it. Alright! That has been this. That has been everything. There is nothing more here for you or me or indeed anyone, because the stream is coming to a close. That will mean the end of content. That will mean the stopping of this perpetual kind of thing where I'm just talking now, and I've been talking for too long. But I hope you enjoyed Silver, a game about stabbing the guy who killed your granddad. And, like, I think he was your granddad? But, like, you're like 20-something. You're old enough to be married, so he must be, like, 60? Probably? Like, you don't have any kids, so it's fair to say that your parents probably didn't have kids until they were like 30, 40. 30. Let's say 30 for the sake of things. So he probably didn't have kids until he was 30, because people tend to have kids at the same time as their parents have kids. It's like a known, like, cultural thing. So he must be at least like 60, and this is like a medieval world, so he was... Look, it was fucking prostate cancer or that guy with a sword. He didn't have a lot of options left, frankly, at the fucking 60 in a fantasy world. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Good night. Hope none of you get prostate cancer. It is the leading killer of men, if nothing else kills them first. Which is true of every single thing that kills anyone. Alien abduction is the #1 killer of people who don't die by any other means. I think that was the last joke that I have, and it's not even really a joke. Good night, goodbye, go do something else, and go away.